Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode, the introduction episode of the NeurodiverGents Podcast. I've been procrastinating on this for a long time, to be honest. I've been planning this out for a few months now. Been doing a lot of planning, a lot of writing down, taking notes, and I've had the ideas, I've had all this planning in my head for a long time, but I've been procrastinating on it, and I just need to stop procrastinating on it and just do it. So I thought I just might as well just record this, see how it goes, test out this program, test out the mic, everything, kind of get a feel for it. So I apologize if this is kind of rough or if it's not that good. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. I'm just doing this just to get a feel for it and just to learn from it. And just to, take that first step. Because that first step is the most important, or I believe is one of the most important things, is to take the first step, especially when it's something to do with that's out of your comfort zone. Because this is definitely out of my comfort zone. And I feel like with doing this is going to involve a lot of growing, a lot of things that's out of my comfort level, that as much as it feels very weird, I believe this will be good for me, is to do this kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, this is just kind of an introduction thing. I'm not going to do anything crazy with this first kind of little episode. I think it's just going to be a little bit of just a little episode type of explanation type of thing. It's not gonna, because when I start to work on this more, I'm gonna have the episodes a little bit longer, depending. I'm hoping to make them about 20-ish to 30-ish minutes long, but with this, it's just gonna be a quick little audio thing, me trying to do my best with giving an explanation, or kind of like what my niche and my ideas are going to be for this podcast. The best way that I think that I can give an explanation for the niche of this podcast would have to be, the name of the podcast is the NeurodiverGents. It's a name play on, being neurodivergent. I'm gonna be covering various topics about that, with like ADHD, autism, all that stuff on the spectrum. I'm gonna be doing it also with my best friend Dominic. I'm gonna figure something out to be able to have him on with the podcast as well, to be able to talk about all that stuff. Sorry if you can hear the dogs in the background. I don't know if you can or not. Anyway, we're going to be talking about various topics of being neurodivergent, of that stuff, of the spectrum, because I have ADHD, and my best friend Dominic, he has autism and probably has ADHD or something of that sort. So we're going to be talking about various things of that, like of our experiences of that, how it affects us, all that kinds of things. We're just gonna kind of go with the flow, figure out what the foundation of that, and kind of go from there. So that's one of the things to expect. We're also just gonna talk about day-to-day things, everyday things in our lives, updates. We're gonna do stories about in the past of our lives growing up together. And just cover just many various topics, or just kind of go with the flow and just do random small talk and just kind of go from there. I'm also hoping to be able to set something up to be able to do some questions and answers, the Q&A things, and just ask like specific questions, because that's another goal of mine, is to just have people have specific questions that we can answer, and to see if we can help anybody. Because this is one of the bigger main goals, is to be able to build a community of where people feel like they can belong, where they feel like they've got a place to go to, because I know that there's so many people that don't have like a place where they can go to that they feel safe. And I know that's a terrible thing to have to go through, and I just want this podcast and the community that we're going to build to be able to be that safe place for people that don't have a safe place to go to. So I'm hoping to be able to make a thing where you can reach out, talk, make it, more of a one-on-one kind of thing, so where we can communicate with everybody and just build this big safe community, because that's my biggest goal, is to be able to make this big bubble for everybody, this big community where everybody can be weird and be their own person and be their own personality and just feel safe, feel like they've got a place to belong. Like, that's one of my biggest goals, is to be able to do that type of thing. So I'm hoping to be able to achieve that in some way or another. And once I get more used to doing this podcast stuff, to be able to grind them out more and get used to this and put this more into my day-to-day type of thing, to be able to grind this stuff out. Because, it's hard to be able to kind of work this kind of stuff. Yeah, and to be able to work this kind of stuff out or whatever, because, I've got my own job to do, with me working and stuff, and having to make a living like that. But I'm hoping with this kind of thing, with doing the podcast, I'll be posting it on I'll be figuring that out. I'll be posting it on like Spotify, YouTube, whatever kind of platform I can. And, I'm going to be posting little clips of it on TikTok and all that stuff. So I'm hoping that I can start to have this more part of my life, be able to make more of a living out of this and stuff, and to be able to truly focus on this kind of stuff more, because I want to be able to truly work on building this kind of community, and be able to really start to work on it more often, because this is a very important thing for me to do. I want to be able to truly focus on it and be able to do my own thing with all this stuff, because I feel like this would be a better way to use my time. Like, I feel like this would be a better thing to do with my time, of just working on building a community, building like connections with people about these things that need to be talked about, and be able to grow into something even bigger. Like, these are my goals with this podcast, with doing it with my best friend, being able to connect with others, talk to more people, and just grow with everybody. I'm hoping to be able to make these kinds of things. I'm hoping I'm doing a pretty decent job of explaining this and talking about this. I apologize if it was kind of rough and choppy with me talking. Like I said, this is way out of my comfort zone. This is way out of my comfort level at all. And I'm hoping to become more comfortable with it and to be able to do this more often, like I said. I hope I did a good explanation with all this. If anybody has any more questions that you would like me to answer, like, I'll be able to build a better foundation off of by doing that. I'll get that all set up and situated and be able to work on this more, to be able to kind of make it make more sense, because like I said, this is like my first episode, just kind of working on it, and building off of it, so I'm not so awkward with this. So yeah, I think I'll stop here pretty much. Just I didn't want to do anything too crazy with it. If this was any success, or if I think this is good enough, obviously you'll be listening to this. I'll figure all this out with uploading it, and hopefully this goes well. And post all the links and stuff for all the social media and stuff. I'm hoping to be able to work and dedicate more time to all of these big projects. So thank you again. If you guys have any questions or anything, I'll figure out a place to be able to put the comments and questions and everything down. Thank you if you made it this far. Subscribe, like, follow, whatever with all that basic stuff. And I will see you guys with the next podcast. And if you made it this far, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And I can't wait to be able to do more podcasts and actually do them with my best friend Dominic. So yeah, thank you.